something about those rigs that when you watch the film, it makes it really immersive. Like you almost feel like you're in a video game. There's something about the vantage point that rig gives.
There's a shot that was filmed with 20 iPhones, which everyone's talking about, isn't there?
Yeah.
Isn't that a bit fiddly?
Aaron did say he found it quite, quite invasive because sometimes we were using the iPhones, which often did have lenses on them. Danny and Anthony Dodmantle, our DOP, they were able to get into like really interesting spots or just very, very close. So, it's like if someone got their phone out to take a picture of you, you kind of pull back a little bit. It's so brilliant. Like I feel like I'm saying this with my chest. I'm like, this film is so good.
Jodie, It's Capital Breakfast, and right now we're joined by one of our favourite British actresses. You may know her as the incredible Villanelle from Killing Eve, or even Millie in Free Guy, but we'll always know her as Ellie Jenkins in one episode of Holby City. Give it up for Jodie Comer!
Yeah, come on!
Do you like that one?
I love it.
Okay.
My best way.
Right. So just before you come in, I had an argument with my exec saying it's not funny that, and he won that line. He went, it'll make her laugh, don't worry, it'll make her laugh, and he did, so yes.
But with that as well, with that research, it tells us that you've actually achieved the Triple Crown, right? So Holby, Casualty and Doctors.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's
it feels
massive.
like it was a real rite of passage. I don't know if Keira Knightley famously said that, but it was like, it's a good initiation, you know what I mean, into the TV world.
Well, what's your favourite of the hospital dramas, would you say?
I was probably a Holby City girl.
Yeah.
I used to love those. They all had banging theme tunes as well, didn't they?
Right, yeah, it's so dramatic.
Banging.
So good. Also, I don't know if you remember this, but I remember a budding actor of mine getting into Doctors, and you were paid by the word, so everyone wanted a line.
I've heard this before.
I don't remember that.
No, okay, maybe not. But I remember him going, I got 30 quid this week, so I got 3 words.
I feel like when I was in Doctors, I was like pregnant, and I think I was about 14 at the time. I already had my on-screen baby by the time I was,
And obviously, you're a big movie star now. We're going to talk about your new movie as well. But if you could be in any British TV show, what would it be? Like, just think.
Oh my God, I immediately think of The Royal Family.
Do you?
Which obviously isn't around anymore, but I think that's my fate.
Oh, as in the comedy, sorry. I was thinking you meant like The Crown or whatever. I was like, the Royal Family.
The real Royal Family,
Yeah.
the true Royal Family.
I could quote it word for word. I had I did screenwriting at uni, and I remember a teacher saying to me, Joe, she was like, "This is how you write scripts. This is it. It's the most beautiful and funniest sitcom, isn't it?
I know.
I love it.
She's amazing.
Carolina,
Yeah.
bless her. No, that's my birthday.
It's so good. Well, we were just having a right old deep dive on you as well, because we were looking at we're just looking at who you were following on Instagram, and some of them were like our capital artists, so we were a bit intrigued, just in case you'd met any of them. So that's all I'm going to ask. Nothing weird. But Chapel Roan, have you met her?
Never.
Sam Fender?
Never met him.
Oh, we should be able to make that happen. And
we're
Rihanna.
all playing Geordies in 28 years later.
Oh,
so I wonder what he's going to make of all the Geordie accents.
You are the queen of accents. Do you remember when you were in the like height of Killing Eve? People just presumed you were Russian. It was kind of like
I don't know if they really did.
Well,
I don't know.
Maybe that's the wrong way of saying it. People were shocked when they heard your Scouse accent.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Is there a certain word you use to get into the Geordie character in the film? We're going to talk all about this. Is it like a way man or?
Oh, do you know what? I had so many drill sentences that I wish I'd have
call it.
Yeah, so we'd take like certain lines from the film and kind of like jumble them all up. So I'd have like different drill sentences. I should have kind of gone back over my notes for the sake of this interview, or the press in general, because they were brilliant. And then that'd kind of get me in the vibe.
I always remember Claire Foy saying in The Crown, to get back into character for the Queen, what they call drill sentence, she'd say ears for eyes. Ears as in yes. Ears.
Yes.
Years. And you sound like the Queen saying yes. My wife. Yes. All right, Jodie, we will talk all about your brand new film next on Capital Breakfast. You up for sticking around?
I'm sticking around.
It's Capital Breakfast, and we are still joined by our favourite scouser. Sorry, Stephen Graham. It's Jodie Comer. Come on. Hey. Big up, Stephen Graham, because you've said that you owe a lot to him, don't you? And we had him on recently.
Yeah, he's beautiful. He's helped me out so much, and he's a dear, dear friend now. But he gives back to the community, the city, and encourages young talent. He's a beautiful, beautiful man.
He is. We made him cry here, and we feel really bad for it in a nice way. We were just chatting to him, on the radio, and then he started talking about his dad and Robert De Niro, and it was a really lovely moment when he wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah, I think I watched. I remember the clip.
We should talk about the new movie because it's so good.
Yeah. So obviously it's 28 years later. So we've had 28 days later. We've had 28 weeks later, and now we find ourselves 3 decades on from the plot of this first film. But without giving away any spoilers, what can you tell us about this?
Yeah, I would say the film centres around a small community who live on an island which is connected to the mainland via a causeway. And it's really a kind of exploration of how they've survived all these years. It's the protagonist is a young boy called Alfie Williams who plays Spike, and it's his kind of coming of age story. But you see what's happened with the infected. They've advanced, they've mutated. I think also the UK's been put under a quarantine in the hopes that, it's kind of you lock it away and the problem will go away. But it's actually it's evolved.
I think all of these things hit differently now.
Yeah.
The word quarantine, and in these movies you're a bit like, maybe it could happen.
I don't know if you remember, 28 days later, when I was younger, I weren't allowed to watch it. My older brother was babysitting and he let me watch it on DVD.
I was going to say, it's got such a cult following from that initial movie. I remember it being such a big deal that it was set in London.
Yeah.
And it was, I know we don't really call them zombies, but it is one of those apocalyptic zombie movies that you go, I really remember that. And here we are 30 years later.
Well, even the clip of Killian walking through a deserted London, you were like, oh my God, how have they shot that? You'll never see London like that.
Yeah,
we all kind of seen those images on the news and stuff. So I think everyone will be coming to this film able to relate to it in a very different way.
Yeah.
Also, I saw a really cool quote. Sorry, Chris, I've got to read it to him because obviously you're supposed to be in a sort of apocalypse and you're sweaty and you're a mess. And the makeup artist was quoted to say it was so difficult to make you look sweaty and messy.
I don't know about
it. So stunning. They're like, how do we make you look rough? I don't know. It's impossible.
That's the ultimate compliment.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I can't do this here. And just quickly as well, there's a shot that was filmed with 20 iPhones, which everyone's talking about, isn't there?
Yeah,
is that not a bit fiddly?
They had a lot of different rigs, which was it was a very unique experience. And there's something about those rigs that when you watch the film, it makes it really immersive. You almost feel like you're in a video game. There's something about the vantage point that rig gives that it's so brilliant. I feel like I'm saying this with my chest. I'm like, this film is so good.
Jodie,
when you say it with your chest, everyone believes it.
I'm like,
so it's cool
to be a part of something that's just solid. It's brilliant.
I think the phone thing, I love that idea because you all of us are seeing everything through our phones now, right?
Yeah.
So to be able to see those moments, you really kind of relate and you see it differently when you're watching a film. But I also like to imagine that perhaps it's 20 influencers that are doing it at the same time. You have Francis the train guy, he's one of the ones, just have a load of them.
Yeah, well, Aaron did say he found it quite, quite invasive because sometimes we were using the iPhones, which often did have lenses on them. Danny and Anthony Dodmantle, our DOP, they were able to get into really interesting spots or just very, very close. So, it's like if someone got their phone out to take a picture of you, you kind of pull back a little bit. So it took a little bit of getting used to.
Look, we can't wait to see it this weekend. It's in cinemas from Friday, 28 years later. Something proper good to look forward to this weekend. Jodie, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
You are more than welcome anytime. You've been in a few times. We love having you on the show, so please come back whenever you want. Give it up for Jodie Comer.
Thank you.